This is Jose Diego Monroy. I'm in a conference in Houston, Texas, a builders conference. I happen to be with Eric. He's with Wagner Concrete. He's going to explain about his company. And this is a company that have heavy equipment, especially. I'm going to let Eric explain what they have. Eric, thank you very much for taking the time.
So I'm the district manager for Wagner Concrete for Southeast Texas, and Wagner Concrete is a manufacturer of construction products, full range, but one of the products that we specialize in is concrete equipment. So with the placing, finishing, maybe even smoothing of concrete in different kinds of applications, whether it's flat work, tilt-up walls, form work, we provide not only the equipment but also for the training for the operators who use that equipment and construction workers. So at Wagner Concrete, we utilize the American Concrete Institute, which is the ACI. We use their standards as far as the build and manufacture and design of our equipment. Also, we've got on staff ACI certified trainers who can come and help engineers with best practices in design build, and also offer training to the workers who install the concrete products so that they're using the best practices, new technology, and making sure that the stuff is built properly out in the field.
Eric, so let's see, we have a parking lot, okay? Yep. Let's talk about parking lot first. So we have a parking lot. What type of equipment can we have available from your company to do that kind of work?
So if we're doing a concrete parking lot, one of the important parts of building a parking lot is having the slope and the drainage correct so you don't have puddling. Also the strength and integrity of that parking lot surface so that it doesn't crack apart and break over the use of the life of the concrete. So at Wagner we make trowels, which are both walk-behind trowels that help to flatten the concrete and cure it properly to prevent delamination and cracking. And we also have, for larger applications, a rider trowel where an operator can get on, and if you're doing, say, anything more than maybe an 8,000 or 10,000 square foot slab, it would be a more appropriate. You're going to save labor and get better results on your parking lot if you use a rider machine. We also make vibratory screeds, which are going to help you strike off the concrete and get it smooth to begin with when you pour it out of the truck. We've got concrete vibrators, which are going to help get the air mixture out of the concrete, which makes it gives it a better compressive strength and keeps it from cracking. Yeah, that's about the most of it for products that we would make for parking lot applications.
Well, let's see. We have a foundation work. Okay, we place concrete. Will that the same type of equipment to do the finishing? Can you just collaborate?
Sure. Again, a lot of times with foundations. It's what's underneath the top surface of the foundation as well as the surface. So, if it's going to be an exposed concrete with a decorative finish, you want it to be nice and flat and probably relatively level. But what's underneath there is also important, because if you got a bad foundation, you're going to have a bad whatever's on top of it. So you have cracking, any kind of structural issues, voids in the concrete around your rebar. That's going to set up for a bad foundation. Everything on top of it is going to be bad as well. So with our high cycle, high frequency vibrator products, that's one that doesn't cause the aggregate to settle inside of the concrete mixture. So the larger rocks in the mixture are going to stay suspended in the mixture, which gives you better compressive strength. But at the same time, we're going to be able to get all the air that was put into the mixture through the mixing process out, because the air doesn't allow for any cohesion. It doesn't allow for any compressive strength. There's no reason for air to be in concrete. We want to get as much of it out as we can. So through our high frequency, both external and internal vibrator products, we allow operators to get that out without causing the aggregates to settle in the mixture, which degrades the strength of the concrete.
Eric, thank you very much for taking the time. Finally, the last thing I want to ask, Eric, for new engineers, new architects, and new construction managers working on these projects that you see all around Houston, either universities, high schools, commercial, industrial, what advice can you provide to them on the concrete work to do that good job on concrete and be successful in this industry? What would be your advice?
Sure. Just like any construction project, probably you need to pick a contractor that has got a good reputation in the market. There's different codes and different situations around the country that change the way that you actually build. So the Houston area has got some very unstable sub-base materials. So that's the beginning, is making sure you've got a contractor who understands that you've got to get good base stabilization first, compact that stable base in, and then finish the concrete appropriately on top. So using a contractor who's got an ACI certification, an American Concrete Institute certification, who's got their operators trained and certified in the current methods, to me would probably be most important in making sure that you end up with a good finished product.